Welcome to ELN Local News, ELN's news leader. A global threat, how terrorism in the Middle East is affecting our study abroad programs.
Not just a badge and a uniform, why ELN's campus police want to be more than just an authority figure.
And two familiar ELN faces share more in common than just a love for basketball. We'll have these stories and more
coming up on ELN Local News.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Jasmine Turner.
And I'm Gary Grumbach. Middle East terrorism. For students studying in Great Britain and the Middle East, those words now seem closer to home. The 60 ELN students in Britain and half dozen in the Middle East are being urged to be careful.
It's all about the terrorist group ISIS, the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Our Meredith Stutz joins us in the studio with more on precautions ELN is taking.
Thanks, Jasmine and Gary. Now, this is a complex subject. Here's a little background on what's been happening. In June of this year, the U.S. sent troops to Iraq to aid in the fight against the terrorist group ISIS. American military are still there. President Obama says ISIS is, quote, a serious threat and that the U.S. will, quote, hunt down ISIS wherever they are. About a week ago, the British government raised its terrorism threat level from substantial to severe, meaning that an attack is highly likely. And that's about the same time ELN students arrived in London to start their semester abroad. I apologize for those technical
international program advisor for both the London and Middle East study abroad programs, and says that ELN is up to date on all international security matters.
We're always keeping our eye on the situation. We get OSAC reports, those Overseas Security Advisory Council. We get those twice a day, and so if anything shifts, we're aware of it as it happens.
But should things change in an instant, Van Beek says ELN students have been informed on what to do in an emergency situation.
Should we need to evacuate, this is how we do it. This is who's involved. This is when it needs to happen. These are all the phone numbers.
Rebecca Rosenblatt is one of more than 60 ELN students studying abroad in London this semester and has been there for less than a week.
Obviously not the most comforting thing to hear being an American here, but again, I haven't felt unsafe at any point.
With the security information in mind, Rosenblatt looks forward to her semester in London, while also knowing that she may need to take safety precautions.
I never expected to really feel unsafe. I mean, in any major city, you should, walk with someone else at night, be aware of your surroundings. But other than the basics that you should kind of practice anywhere, I wasn't really concerned about anything.
Also have an emergency plan, which includes program relocation. For all students studying abroad this semester, the Isabella Cannon Center encourages them to follow local and international media for the situation in their country. Reporting live in the studio, Meredith Stutz, ELN Local News, back to you.
Thanks, Meredith. Now over to today's big sports headline. This afternoon, Baltimore Ravens running back Ray Rice's contract was terminated and he was suspended indefinitely from the NFL. This comes after Rice was caught on camera punching his then fiancée and now wife in a hotel elevator.
For the 8% of ELN students from Maryland, many of them know the Ravens as their home team.
In July, the NFL faced criticism after only suspending Rice for 2 games following the domestic dispute. Last week, the NFL came up with new regulations regarding violence against women. For a first offense, a player would be suspended 6 games, and a second offense now results in permanent dismissal from the league. You may only see police officers as authority figures, but ELN campus police are hoping to update their image this year. I found out how, so let's take a look. You see them in their cars around campus or when they're doing building walkthroughs. But this year, ELN campus police want to do more than just enforce policy. They want to build trust.
It's more of a program to kind of bridge the gap between the students and the police officers.
The Neighborhood Police Program is a new initiative designed for students to get to know a specific officer who's assigned to one of 4 first-year residential areas on either a day or night shift.
What we're wanting to do is just kind of be there for the students and let them know what our resources are, how we can help them.
While these cars may seem intimidating from the outside, the officers inside want you to feel comfortable approaching them.
While I'm on duty, I will make regular stops by there just to check on everybody, just to check on the building to make sure everybody's safe.
Officer Joel Thomas is assigned to Smith, Carolina, Hook, Brannock, and Varney residence halls during the day, Monday through Friday. And while he isn't stationed there 24/7, he's already working on becoming a familiar face.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to call that number that you have. I mean, just if we're here, you know, give me a call and I'll try to get that fixed for you.
The neighborhood police program is just getting started, but so far, students' reactions seem positive.
For the troublemakers, they might consider this a hinder to it, but I mean, for behaved people like me, I think it will be good.
As the program gets its feet off the ground, campus police will continue to pass out police officers' contact information to students.
CVS is taking a stand against smoking. CVS stores across the country are discontinuing tobacco products, including our local CVS a few minutes from campus. The company is rebranding itself as CVS Health in an effort to promote itself as a dedicated healthcare provider.
The founder of the Chick-fil-A restaurant chain, Estrit Cathy, died earlier today. He was 93. Chick-fil-A first opened in 1967, and the restaurant opened its doors on ELN's campus a few years ago. Dan Cathy, his son and current president of Chick-fil-A, sparked controversy after he voiced anti-gay marriage views back in 2012. At one time, protesters at ELN wanted to remove the chain from campus, but after a vote, it stayed.
With 2 months until the midterm elections, candidates are making their final push on the campaign trail. I took a look at education reform, one of the most talked about issues in North Carolina. As students head back into the classroom across North Carolina, they aren't the only ones with education on their mind.
Education.
Candidates from the U.S. Senate to the State House have made education a priority as election season heats up. In the race for North Carolina Senate, Speaker of the House Tom Tillis and incumbent Kay Hagan have differing opinions when it comes to North Carolina teachers.
What teachers tell me is they want the freedom to teach the kids. They don't want Washington bureaucrats who on average make $102,000 a year, 5,000 of them, telling teachers how to teach in schools.
I talk to business leaders all the time, and they are concerned about jobs in North Carolina because of what Speaker Tillis has done to our education system. They're worried about teachers not being paid. They're worried about teachers leaving.
The average starting teacher salary across the nation is $36,141, according to the National Education Association. But in North Carolina, the average is just below $31,000. Same for those going to school across North Carolina.
We all have an educator in our lives that we remember vividly by name. We've probably talked to them after our years of schooling with them and kept up with them. And those are the educators that we need. From statewide to here in Alamance County, the education of North Carolina's youth is on the minds of politicians and students alike. ELN is scheduled to interview Representative Ross Wednesday afternoon. And don't forget, ELN Local News will be live on election night, November 4th, with all you need to know about North Carolina's races.
If you live in the Global neighborhood, you walk by them every day, but might not realize the geese populating Lake Marynell are destroying the grounds. Our Eric Halpern took a look at ELN's unique solution to this problem.
If you've been around Lake Marynell recently, you've probably seen some doggy paddling. The dogs are from Goose Masters, a company located in Franklinsville, North Carolina, 45 minutes down the road. The company uses border collies to herd geese away from areas they're not wanted.
You've got to move and work stock, and people can't do it as well as the dogs.
Luann Coulter has been training border collies for more than 30 years. She says border collies have a special instinct to herd, so training is not very hard.
When we say we train these dogs, we don't train them to work. The training is just getting them under control and working in tandem with the handler.
The relationship with the handler is partly why Kara Kuykendall loves what she does.
They're always so friendly, and the job is never the same.
Kara says Goose Masters has been her ideal job for the past 5 years.
I'm not too much of a people person, so this is good for me.
She's been visiting ELN for 4 weeks with the collies to help get rid of the geese.
When we first started ELN, the geese were very, very stubborn. So we just have to be more stubborn than the geese.
The training happens right here at the farm, but all of their hard work pays off here at the lake. As you can see, there aren't any geese.
Come in as many times as it takes to keep the geese off the property.
For Kara and the other trainers, the dogs are more than just business partners.
But the dogs are our life. I mean, we wouldn't be where we are today without the dogs.
Eric Halpern, ELN Local News.
Goose Masters will be at Lake Marynell every day this week, so keep an eye out for some furry faces.
He's coming off a busy weekend. Owner of the Oak House, Phil Smith, is in downtown Elon with our Katie Merrigy. Katie, how's it going out there?
Thanks, guys. We're just trying to stay dry here in downtown Elon, but I'm with Phil from the Oak House. Phil, grand opening on Friday. How did it go?
Thanks, Katie. It was phenomenal. I think we were overwhelmed, actually. Not to the point where the staff couldn't handle it, but I mean, I was just overwhelmed by the tremendous support from students and staff, faculty, people from the community. It was a great, great weekend, and opening Friday was fantastic.
What would you like students to know from here on out going forward?
Come give us a try. Come check it out. I think we've got a unique concept for downtown Elon. It's a beautiful space, and just bear with us as we work out the growing pains. I've got a great staff, but we're all learning what we're doing.
What comes next for you going forward? Next couple weeks, you're now open. Now what?
I would say fine-tuning. So I think we've got some great things going. We want to get some, we've got a stage, we want to get some small live music acts, fine-tuning the menu. We're really trying to seek feedback from our customers to see what they want to nuance, and so just working on getting that fine-tuned.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here with us in downtown Elon. Very excited for you. Good luck moving forward, and thanks for being with us.
Great. Thank you, Katie.
Of course. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Katie. If you want to visit the Oak House, it opens tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
So wake up early tomorrow and grab yourself a coffee and tune in to ELN Morning at 9:50. Coming up on Elon Local News, find out why some students were getting some puppy love this weekend.
Ludacris, in case you missed it, announced yesterday that the Grammy Award-winning artist will headline our homecoming concert. The 7:30 p.m. performance in Colonnade's parking lot will be free for all students.
You may already be receiving emails from all the organizations you signed up for at Elon's Org Fair. Young Commons was packed Friday afternoon with club representatives and prospective members. Sign-up sheets filled up fast as many of Elon's clubs look to add to their contact list. If you missed the Org Fair or skipped it because of the rain, you can still get involved. Contact information for all organizations and presidents and their advisors can be found on Elon's website.
For most students, it's too early in the semester to be pulling an all-nighter. But some students in the theater department were burning the midnight oil this weekend, working on one-day plays. Our Ashley McGettrick has the story.
This room saw a lot of caffeine and even more creativity this weekend as APO, the Theater Honor Society, put on their one-day plays. That's right, 24 hours to write, direct, cast, and perform a full play for a full house. The festival kicked off on Friday night when students were randomly assigned a genre. A cast size, an inspirational word, toxic, and to make matters a little more difficult and much more interesting, each group had to include this line into their scripts. I thought I was eating eggs! As students scrambled to get writing, Alpha Psi Omega's president and secretary prepared to manage the creative chaos throughout the night.
Feeling good. Great. Feeling good. Ready to go to bed so that I can get back up and be here by 6 in the morning.
Yeah, having
to get it started.
Here was just we were
oh my God, they were pumped. They were so ready.
I had so much energy, and now it's like the lull.
Yeah, yeah.
As the clock struck 24 hours, the house was packed, with students filling the aisles and even sitting on the floor. As for those extraordinary lines, well, you can say the crowd cracked up. Ashley McGettrick, Elon Local News.
And if you missed Saturday's event, we'll have the full plays on our website later this week.
New additions are always being made to on-campus dining options, but what if there are limitations to what you can eat?
Our Justin Beagle is here to tell us a little more about your choices. Justin?
Thanks, guys. ELN Dining is working to make more options available for students, specifically those with gluten allergies. They are creating a new gluten-free section at Lakeside with up to 4 new options. Meanwhile, the Winter Garden Cafe now offers 4 salad bowls and 2 burrito bowls without gluten. And the newest dining spot just off campus, the Oak House, offers several craft beers and appetizers that are gluten-free as well. The new restaurant plans to add more gluten-free products to the menu in the upcoming months. Back here on campus, Aramark says they're working to better inform employees about what they are serving so they can tell students which foods are gluten-free. Jasmine and Gary, back to you.
Thanks, Justin. When we come back.
Your way in sports. Buckle up, I'm Rajat Agrawal at the Ace Speedway, and I'll have that story coming up.
While most people go to mixers to meet new people, our Mackenzie Murray met some 4-legged friends this Sunday.
Ice cream, live music, and puppies. What could be better? The University Relations Committee for the ELN Community Church hosted their 2nd annual Dog Day Mixer yesterday.
The purpose of the University Relations Committee here at ELN Community Church is to reach out to ELN University students with Southern hospitality.
The church hosts events like these in order to help out students who are in need of a little puppy love.
Some are really and truly homesick, miss their families, miss the family pet, and a pet just radiates love. So we thought this would be a good way, some pet therapy, give them a little love.
Donations from this event go to the Humane Society of Alamance County.
The monetary donations will probably go towards our low-cost spay and neuter program, where we provide vouchers for people to get their pets spayed and neutered at a prorated price.
Not only is this event beneficial for the Humane Society, but it helps these guys right here.
They get their much-needed socialization.
And socialize they did, especially with ELN students.
What's not to love about a whole bunch of dogs just running around and being able to play with them, right?
In the end, this event made for an afternoon full of fun, furry friends, and support for a good cause. Patches, are you enjoying this event? Mackenzie Murray, ELN Local News.
The Dog Day Mixer raised $80 and 500 pounds of food for the Humane Society of Alamance County.
Living with someone new can be hard in college, but for 2 ELN roommates, it's an experience they'll never forget. Our Kaylee Tracy has more.
I'll be here until Dr. D gets sick of me and kicks me out of his house.
Dr. Danley's new house guest, former ELN basketball player Jack Eisenberger, is living with Dr. Danley while he awaits a call to play professionally overseas.
But let me tell you how I got into this business of having companions. This is my wife and me.
Following his wife's passing in 2011, Dr. Danley says he was lonely.
By myself all the time, every day, every night. And it's really not easy to handle.
A 2012 ELN grad helped Dr. Danley find new tenants, including Jack.
I have slept in this house alone one night since way last spring. Always been somebody here. And the companionship is just so nice.
While Dr. Danley spent years supporting Jack on the court, Jack is now here supporting Dr. Danley.
I would always see Dr. Danley at the basketball games and got to know him through that. And he's reached out and been so kind and good to us.
And now he's getting to know Dr. Danley even better through projects like gardening.
He showed me right where to cut them perfectly so you get another blossom, you know, and so the plant doesn't die out. And so just small things like that make your day. And he lets me pick the tomatoes.
His favorite tip from his mentor?
He's even giving me some love and romance advice. So he's got a lot of wisdom in there, so don't let him fool you. He's a ladies' man.
Jack says he's willing to help Dr. Danley in any way he can, and he is sad for the day when he will have to leave.
He's really like a grandfather to me. You know, he is so full of joy and love.
Kaylee Tracy, ELN Local News.
It's all right. It's pretty good.
And if you're wondering how you can become Dr. Danley's next roommate, well, he says his home is only open to his boys, the basketball players.
I'm Jacob LaPlante. Coming up, fast cars and high speeds. We'll take you to the track right after the break. As the new season starts, the track team is already facing challenges. Practice is scheduled to officially begin on September 22nd, but the team will have to use a different facility due to construction on their home track. Our Zora Stevenson has the story.
You can always hear the sound of construction on ELN's campus, but this particular project is affecting our student athletes, specifically the track team.
We were also having problems with the current track, so we had to address them.
Belk Track has been under construction since May and will not be ready for student use until October.
This plan has been in the making for several years. It took a while to get it all together.
I spent some time with Athletic Director Dave Blank to get an idea of what exactly is being done.
In this process, we'll not only replace the track surface, but we'll also be replacing the D zone where you do your high jumping and pole vaulting and things like that. We'll be adding some pits to be able to long and triple jump both directions.
Dave Blank believes the university did the best they could when timing this construction.
We started our work in May as soon as we left for the NCAA championship. So when we knew our student athletes were done with the facility, we started the project, and then it just takes this long.
In the meantime, some of the track athletes are practicing here at Western Alamance High School. Not the ideal situation for a Division I program, but Dave Blank assures me that these circumstances will not affect the squad once it comes time for competition.
Being through by the end of October, they'll have plenty of time before we have our spring events to get familiar with their own facility.
At Belk Track, Zora Stevenson, ELN Local News.
The track team isn't the only sport that uses the facility. The construction has displaced cross-country workouts as well as some basketball preseason training. We look over now, just a short drive from campus. Arujat Agarwal was in Altamaha for the Friday night racing series at Ace Speedway.
A night unlike any other. The Ace Speedway, just 15 minutes from ELN's campus, hosts possibly the loudest show every week in Alamance County. Friday night racing.
It's our niche. I mean, we're a, we've always run on Friday nights. If we try Saturday events, we do see a significant fall off. Friday night racing enables you to take care of, your racing itch, so to speak.
For one local driver who calls this track home, seeing the checkerboard flag was a chance to carry on his family's name.
I've been coming here with my dad since I was a little kid. My dad won a bunch of championships and races here in the 90s, and it feels good to keep it going though in the family.
This quarter-mile track has become a landmark in the area. And come Friday nights, it's not just a hobby, it's a tradition.
The other week we didn't race and we didn't know what to do, man. My whole team, we're just sitting around the shop. I have to be at the racetrack every week, and I mean, I love Ace Speedway. It's definitely my favorite racetrack. It's better racing here than about anywhere around North Carolina.
Ace Speedway is celebrating its 58th anniversary this year, and over the years, one thing has become evident. Winning here is just the start.
Whether it be Cup or Nationwide Series or the truck division now, a lot of them came here, had success, so we know that if you conquer Ace Speedway and you stay in racing, that you're probably going to have a big career ahead of you.
Rajat Agarwal, ELN Local News.
Speedway will host its championship of the series this Friday. That's it for sports this week. As always, follow ELN Sports on Twitter at ELN Sports, and be sure to check out our new Facebook page, facebook.com/ELN Sports. Gary and Jasmine, back to you guys.
Thank you. So that package looked really cool. Were you there, or did you?
I wasn't there. Arujat Agarwal was the one that was there. It seemed really cool. I talked to him right before this newscast, and he said it was really loud, but it was a great time, and definitely something that a lot of people should go and check out.
I think maybe Gary and I should try it. I'm not the best driver, but why not? Raceway would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
Exactly.
So what's going on this weekend, Jacob?
So Saturday at 6 o'clock is the first home game for our football team. It's a huge game, North Carolina A&T. Hopefully we get a lot of fans out there. Yeah. Like I said, it's the first home game, so be sure to go out there and tell your friends to go out there, because the football team's put a lot of work in this off season, and it should be a good season. So
yeah, looking forward to an ELN first down Phoenix. Am I right?
Favorite thing to say at every football game. It will be great.
Well, thanks, Jacob. That's all we have for you tonight.
But wake up tomorrow for ELN Morning live during College Coffee and for all the news you need to know.
And for your campus news throughout the week, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
We're always online at elonlocalnews.com. Have a great night, Elon.